Hello, IR Worm here with my first thoughts on Egosoft's new space sim, X4 Foundations. Let's get into a new game.
Even after everything that has struck over the last few decades, the Terran conflict, the Xenon and the jump gates shutdown, the Argon Federation has established itself as a key power in this new jump gate network. And even its most distant colony, Black Hole Sun, is a hub of trade and community. Val Selton's log, day 1. I'm excited to get underway with this new ship. I'm not entirely sure what I'll do yet. Trading, exploring, am I brave enough to face combat? Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be exciting. Here goes nothing.
So here we are with our new ship. Actually, right now I'd prefer the parented Game Starts ship, and I've got 2 ships in there. Over 10 hours in game now, but at this point you can see that I'm just exploring and don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, there's a Da Vinci. Personally, I prefer my ships to draw attention without having drawn a penis on them, but you know, to each his own. The ships are fully customizable. This engine you see is one kind of engine. You can actually change it and the ship changes. The spaceports are quite busy. You got big ships, little ships coming and going, almost crashing into each other, but they all seem to stay in line. It looks a little bit rough, like puppets on a string sometimes, but it's very cool to see ships flying straight over your head and landing right next to you. And it's quite fun when you're in the ship too. Docking is a much more enjoyable experience. X Rebirth didn't have any docking experience, to be sure. This is much more like X3, where you can actually drive up to the station and park on it. You can even park on other ships. The space stations are even kind of fun to explore at first. They don't all look the same, and oh my goodness, look at these graphics. What is this? Wow! Is this not the most realistic simulation of rubber plants that you've ever seen in a video game? Alright, let's get on our ship and see what it looks like in space. We can actually climb on our ship, take off, take full control after we've detached from our docking collar. Oh yes, and there's ways to upgrade your ship. I said this is one of the upgrade menus where if you're docked at a wharf or a shipyard, depending on the kind of ship you have, you can change almost all of your little components there. It drastically changes your handling, your speed, your shields, your engines. Well, that would be your speed. And of course your weapons. Now, this is what it looks like when you're actually flying. The ships often have little moving parts like the wings here. I love that. It really makes you feel like you're in a ship. I don't quite like the design of this ship particularly, but like I said, I went with the Paranids. But at any rate, I don't expect my starter ship to be the best ship in the game. One thing you should know about space travel is there's many modes of space travel. Here I'm boosting, but there's also another mode in the ship as you start called travel mode, which is sort of like a sustained boost without using your shields, because when you boost you use up your shield energy. When you first start, you're going to have to expect some time in setting controls and getting used to the controls, and especially getting used to the menus. You might use the tutorials that are in game, or you might just fumble around like I did for a while and then use the tutorials. But either way, you're going to have to expect some learning curve before you really get comfortable and enjoy the game. There are some bugs in the game. People worried about bugs. Here I'm stuck in an asteroid because I decided to collide with it. I thought I would explode, but there I was in the middle of an asteroid. But have no fear, you can just burst right through it if you hit your boost button. None of the bugs I've encountered so far are game breaking, and there are way fewer bugs than everybody anticipated. Egosoft has really outdone themselves with this, and we can expect more to come. Some parts of the game are frustrating yet and feel unfinished, but most of it is very friendly, and if it's not intuitive, some of it is, and this is one of those things. Docking really guides you through. My first experience docking, I thought I was going to crash, but I didn't. Finally, combat is the reason why everyone wants to play a space sim, right? Either you can be some kind of space pirate or space police or whatever you like to do, you can probably do it. Here I'm stirring up a pot, trying to get everybody to attack each other, like a good old Western saloon. I somewhat succeeded. I mostly had the ships would not attack each other because they were the same faction, but still, at least I got the station to attack them for me. One thing's for sure, in X4 there are plenty of things to do. If it's not sowing chaos like this, it's also missions or making your own company and mining and so on. There's so much that I can't even cover in this, and I haven't even dipped into most of it myself. So have a look. I recommend it. It's not for everybody because it's dense and difficult to get into, but once you do, it's really awesome. If you like space sims, especially if you like X3, you will like this game. So if you've been waiting for this game, I recommend get it, even at the full price. IR Worm, signing off.
Requesting immediate backup.